Ladies and gentlemen, our committee chairs, Ken Frazier and Mike Rosenblatt.
So good evening again. We're towards the end of our program, but we have some more important presentations to make. First, we're going to give the Roy Vagelos Pro Bono Humanum Award to Prince Albert II, but we're going to present it to Jake Kelly. And then we're going to have some exciting awards that we're going to promote to young scientists.
Thank you. Ken, thank you. Could I have silence, please, for just a couple of minutes? I want to invite a couple of people up to the stage. So just before we have Jake Kelly come up to receive the award for His Serene Highness Albert II, we want to bring two medical students here from the Columbia Vagelos College of Physicians and Surgeons, because I think what they'll tell you about their early careers you'll find inspiring. So could the medical students, these are MD, PhD medical students, please come up.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Zena K. Chatila and Anna J. Sun, MD. Both are PhD students at the Columbia University Vagelos College of Physicians and Surgeons.
Thanks for doing it. So what we'd love to hear from each of you in turn is why you've chosen a career in medicine and research. Please.
Thank you. I have spent half of my life studying the brain, a passion which bloomed through my career in acting. Theater is the study of emotions, behavior, and moments that move us, as is medicine. Anton Chekhov, who was a prolific playwright, was a physician. In his play The Cherry Orchard, he described that nothing happens, except one world ends and another world begins. His work was inspired by the human stories that he encountered in medicine, and he shows the power of daily mundane moments to transform our worlds. He paints how small losses can be earth-shattering, like one character who realizes that she can no longer remember the Italian word for window, and she feels that she has totally lost herself. In my undergraduate neuroscience courses, I was mesmerized by the molecular pathways underlying memory. But what is it like to lose a memory? Imagine to forget where you live, or the name of a child. Small, earth-shattering losses. I am called to Chekhov's words. Nothing's happened, but one world ends and another world begins. In each of my courses on neurodegenerative diseases, such as Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, and ALS, I felt hollow at the repeated message of no known mechanism, no known cause, no disease-modifying therapies. I felt called to intervene. The loss of worlds felt a cost too high. In clinic, I watched patients as they slowly lost their identities with each memory that anchored them to their lives, like one woman who could not tell me that she had spent 40 years working as a teacher. I turned to the laboratory as a place of discovery and transformation. In order to treat Alzheimer's disease, we must understand it. But as Chekhov said, knowledge is of no value unless we put it into practice. My path forward is that of scientific discovery and clinical practice side by side. To that end, this year I'm graduating with both my MD and my PhD, studying Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's disease. Thank you. I urge each of us here tonight to find ways that we can bridge science and medicine, knowledge and practice. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Anna Sun, and I'm a fourth-year medical student at Columbia Vagelos College of Physicians and Surgeons. It is truly such a privilege and honor to be here tonight in a room full of visionary leaders in science, medicine, and public health. As I reflect on my own journey so far, I recognize that I have been guided by the people in my life. From a young age, my parents instilled in me a strong sense of scientific curiosity to explore and admire the world around me and to constantly seek opportunities to learn. From high school to medical school, my mentors in the classroom and in the research labs have continued to nurture my passion for science. I ultimately found myself drawn to medicine because of its roots in the human connection. When I first stepped foot into the hospital, I met people from all walks of life here for the same thing: empathetic, high-quality medical care. And then I saw how this extended beyond the hospital. I had so much to learn, not only from the patients I was caring for, but also the people walking on the streets and those around the world. Working in Columbia's student-run free clinics, I value the opportunity to serve the uninsured in our local community of Washington Heights, as well as listen to the stories of people seeking asylum in the United States. In my final year of medical school, I'm committed to becoming a compassionate, thoughtful physician who advocates for patients and works toward increasing access to healthcare. As I'm pursuing a career in ophthalmology, I'm especially reminded of Dr. Roy Vagelos' immensely impactful work and his dedication to global health. I am truly inspired by the community of people who make innovative scientific discoveries possible and aim to improve the world we live in together. Thank you so much, and congratulations again to the award recipients and nominees tonight.
Can I ask Jake Kelly to please join us to receive the medal on behalf of Prince Albert II?
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm welcome to John B. Kelly III, President of the Prince Albert II of Monaco Foundation USA and a Principal at Ben Franklin Development.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thank you. On behalf of Prince Albert, I'm very grateful to accept this award. Albert is very sorry that he was not able to attend his foundation, for which the work on which he's being honored tonight, has their annual board meeting the same day. I think for this award for Albert has a personal touch. As he mentioned in his presentation earlier, he was very close with Elie Wiesel, and Elie helped him with establishing his foundation. His advice and counsel was very valued by Albert. Albert started his foundation in 2006 after he took a trip to Svalbard, where he was doing a reenactment of his great-great-grandfather's Arctic exploration of Svalbard and the Arctic Ocean. And on that trip, he was able to see in photographs, compare photographs that his great-grandfather had taken of glaciers, and saw that in person how far they had receded up the fjords. He returned from that and started his foundation, committed to funding research on climate change, biodiversity, and drinking water issues, with also a focus on ocean because of Monaco's tradition of ocean and oceanography. The connection to this award comes from their similar values of health equity and environmental equity, and that you cannot have good health, human health without a healthy planet. To show you a little more about the foundation, we do have a brief video that we'd like to run.
We have entered a key period for our planet, but also for humanity. While we are disrupting all the balances of Earth with negative human activities, the planetary boundaries are falling one after the other. Climate, biosphere integrity, biogeochemical cycles, land systems, novel entities like plastic pollution, fresh water. We are fragilizing Earth's balance. Pushing these limits is jeopardizing our future. Time to act is running out. Rising to the environmental challenges ahead means being daring and finding solutions to face the current issues and build a resilient world. This is our commitment for present and future generations. This is the mission of the Prince Albert II of Monaco Foundation since 2006 to protect and progress planetary health. Launched by His Serene Highness Prince Albert II of Monaco, one of the first leaders to have understood the urgent call for action from scientists, the Prince Albert II of Monaco Foundation has continued for over 15 years to strengthen its impact, both regionally and internationally, by supporting projects led by high-quality partners in the field and by launching its own initiatives. The foundation combats plastic pollution in the Mediterranean, strengthens and develops marine protected areas, strengthens monk seal populations and citations, preserves corals worldwide and also forests with the respect of indigenous populations. We had an impact close to home, but also in the most remote areas of our planet. Campaigning for the protection of the Ross Sea in Antarctica, or the ban of heavy fuel oil in the Arctic waters, we initiated programs to promote ocean innovation solutions and gave a voice to younger generations of entrepreneurs and researchers to support them on their path to a greener future. There is still hope. By coming together, we can succeed in building a world in balance with nature and whose growth would not be at the expense of the other species with which we share this planet. A world that has made a successful ecological transition and learned from its mistakes to become more resilient. A world that does not leave the most vulnerable by the wayside, but accompanies them on the path of change. Together, let's take up this challenge and reinvent a healthier and more sustainable world, more respectful of nature and capable of feeding more than 8 billion people. One that is driven by sustainable innovation and conscious young leaders. We all have a role to play in this quest for a new balance between humans and nature. Join us in building our legacy.
Thank you. There's obviously in the environment, there's a great deal of work to do. Many times we can be discouraged. I would like to leave you this evening, though, with just a few thoughts I have that there is a reason to be optimistic. We are able to solve our environmental problems. We've done it in the past. It just takes the political will and the conviction to do it. Collective action works. It often takes government action to help that, but we can also do it as individuals and the companies. But I will give you an example. The Clean Air Act the amendment to the Clean Air Act in 1991 put controls on sulfur dioxide emissions from coal plants. They used a market-based cap and trade system, and within 10 years, they eliminated acid rain. People under the age of 40, I don't even know what acid rain is, or was. But when we put our minds to it, American industry can solve problems. They just need the regulations and the economic incentives to do it right, and they will solve it. I think if we put in place a carbon tax or some other mechanism like that, we would be able to solve this in 10 years. But with that, thank you.